In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this graphic here. But first, before going to the tutorial, I'm going to show you where I get the fonts that I've used in this graphic here. I usually go to thefont.com, so it's www.thefont.com, and if you go to this website, you're going to see some unique fonts that you don't usually get from other software. It's categorized, like for example here, fancy fonts, cartoon, comic, techno, gothic. It's categorized per the styles of the fonts. And what I like in this website is that you can actually preview your text in here. So going back to my artwork here, the font that I use here is Spaceman. So I go back to my thefont.com. So it is actually in the techno and it's sci-fi, and it's this font here for Spaceman. Okay, I think it's in the second here, Spaceman. So that's the font that I chose, Spaceman. And the good thing here is that in this box here, it's a custom preview. If I type in any text here, let's say I'm going to type in Alex, and then I'll here in the size, you can set the size to large, medium. Let's say I'm going to choose large. So it's a large preview of the text Alex, and then I click on submit, and you will notice that all of the font that is shown would have the Alex wordings, which is really handy so that you can predict what it would look like in the actual font when you install it. So going back to my artwork here, it's CDR. So then I'm going to type in CDR here, CDR, and then I'll click on submit. And yeah, so this is the one, the Spaceman. Now if you're happy with this font and you want to download, you can always click on download PC or Mac. This is for PC and Mac font, and it's a free font. So I click on download, and you're going to have a dialog box here saying that you want to open it or you want to save the file. It's really up to you if you want to save it or open it. I normally save the file or save the zip font file to a folder, to the same folder that I put my graphics on, so that next time I can always go back to the folder and the source file will be there. So I click on save here, and I'm going to open the zip file. I'm going to extract that, which is this one here. I'm going to extract it to my to the folder that I created here, and I'll just paste it here. So that's my font. And then I'm going back, I'll go to my control panel, and in my control panel, so that's control panel here, and I click on my fonts, I double click on my fonts, and then I click on file, install new font. So when I click on install new font, I'll go to the folder, which is the folder, the font, I think this is the folder, and then that's Spaceman. Okay, so that's the font that I extracted in the zip file. So I'll just click OK, and now it's installed. Okay, now let's go back to the artwork here. So this project, we're going to recreate this graphic here. So first of all, I know this font would be the Spaceman, and I already installed it. So first I'm going to type CDR, and I'm going to enlarge it, and I'll go to my fonts here, and then I'll look for Spaceman. So I type in, while I'm here, if I type in S, it will go to the fonts that are first letter is S. Okay, so that's Spaceman. Okay, so it's this one now. But then you notice that the spacing of the text is a little bit compressed. So you go to your shape tool, and then this arrow here, you click and drag going near. Okay, so let's say I'm happy with that, so I'm fine. So I'll just put it somewhere there. Okay, now we can start making contours here. So if you analyze this font here, it has like contour going outside. See this? It's contour. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is we're going to create contour on this one going outside. So I click on my font or my text, and I go to my interactive contour tool, which is this one. And then here in the property bar, I want to choose going outside. Okay, and I want for contour steps only one. Okay, I'm going to change the fill here so that I would know the contour. And then this one would be the distance, so I'm going to increase or decrease the distance. I'm just going back here to our source file, and I think that's fine. Okay, so I've got a contour going outside. Okay, so I click on it, and then I'm going to break contour apart. Okay, so now I have two objects here, my contour and my font. I'm just going to hit the undo button here. Now let's go back to our source file, so F4 to view the whole thing, and then I'm going to make a gradient fill. So I click on the black, okay, and I go to my fountain fill. Okay, and then in here I'm going to click on custom. Okay, and notice here it's from dark to light and then dark. Okay, so I click on custom, so this one will be dark, which is good, and then this one will be dark too. Let's say we'll choose that one. And here in the middle, you can double click if you want to add a gradient. So I click there. See, you can see that. Okay. Let's say I want to add dark gray here, so I double click, and then I'm going to click on the dark gray there, and I can adjust. Now you have a small preview here of what you're getting, but if you look at the text here, it has to be 90 degree. So I'm going to type in 90 here. So that's fine, and then I'll click OK. Okay, so that's my font. Now going back here to my target font, this one is black. See, the top portion of it is black. So I'll edit my gradient. I click on the gradient and go to my fountain fill, and this one should be pure black, so I change it to pure black. See, that's black now, and that's black, and then I click OK. So not quite, so I'm going to go back to my fountain fill, and I'm going to move this closer. Okay, and then I'll click OK. See, that's better now. Okay. So that's my first contour. Now if you look at the source graphic here, I have this highlight on top and I put transparency on it. So actually that's another contour going inside. So I click on my text, and I go to my